Hello everyone, and welcome back to what will be the final episode on this world. Today we're just going to be cleaning up the city. I have blocks marked out for street lamps that are going to go on each of these blocks. But I'm just cleaning up the city today, making it look nice and presentable, and I'll give you guys a tour at the very end. So I'm just gonna do the first couple of light posts with you, like this, I guess. I mean, this is, although the last episode, I feel like I've done a great job on this city. I do know I'm gonna miss this, because this is probably one of my best creations, but I know it's done, in my opinion. Not everything in this valley is done. My friend still needs to finish up his stuff, but this is the final time I'm going to be getting on to do large amounts of work in the city. Right now I'm just testing out to see if anything else looks good, because I hadn't really looked at much inspiration beforehand. All I knew is I wanted to have them have a daylight sensor to turn on at night and make it kind of look like a modern street light. But yeah, that's about it. Just switch this so it turns on at night, and that's the first one down, and probably about 15-20 more to go. I'm gonna probably raise this up back again because it looks too short. I think the dark oak fence needs to be taller than the actual granite, because it just makes sense. Like, there's a skinnier top. It's the same thing with like a in real life flagpole. You want the top half to be skinnier than the bottom half, but you also want the skinnier part to be up higher. So I guess that kind of makes sense. It does in my head, at least. And then I'm just going to go on and replicate this on every other one. So I'll get back to you guys when I am done with that. Alright, I just finished the light posts. I'm not sleeping because I wanted to show you guys this, but I'm going to go ahead and break all these torches finally. It probably was driving whoever watches these videos nuts that I have a bunch of torch spam in the streets, but it was certainly driving me nuts because it looked terrible. And so now I'm just, I guess, cleaning up the streets. I'm gonna get that minecart in a chest out of here soon, but I have a special spot I want to put that because someone else on this world, he was making a little joke because I made a little carrot shop. So that wooden building is a carrot shop. So he made across the street before the other buildings were built. He made a minecart with chests and a rail, and put his golden carrots that he had in there and tried to sell them. But I never even made anything off that carrot shop, so it's okay. And he didn't either, because I took it down and then ate his carrots. Sorry, if you're watching this. But, yeah. So, there's a problem now. If you can tell, this street is way too dark. So, I'm gonna just mine up some of this and test different ways that I can, get this to be, what do you call it? Lit up. That's the right word. Look at me being so smart. We'll throw this in a stone cutter. I guess I don't really need to throw it in a stone cutter, or just make it the same as always. But who cares? Head back up and we'll place some of our first lights down. And I'll show you guys how I plan on doing this. Because we already have mobs spawning, but I'll show you how to do this because this is kind of an interesting game mechanic that, I don't know, maybe not everyone knows, and maybe I can teach you guys something. So the way this works is, because a half slab is not a full block, it is, the game doesn't view it as something light cannot pass through, so the light does pass through half slabs, like I'm about to show you now, like that. So I'm just gonna go along the streets and put in all these lights, just space them out evenly and make it look nice. I know the half slab isn't the exact texture of the black stone, but I don't really care because no one's going to be paying attention at the half slab. They're just going to be paying attention to the actual view of the city and how amazing it looks, because this is, as I said it before, one of my favorite projects I have done. So I'll get back to you when I've finished the torches. Alright, I've just finished all the torches. It does make this street a lot more lit up and it looks pretty fantastic. So if I'm just walking around here, no mobs are going to spawn in. It looks like the street lights are actually doing their job of lighting up the entire street, and just, it looks really nice. Just putting all the finishing touches on this project right now, so kind of not doing too much, but right now I think I need to add some more street lights in this this court area, because I totally forgot about it when I was planning this out. So I'm just gonna mark up where I'd like these street lights to go. Probably make this part symmetrical. The other street lights down the street aren't symmetrical. They're supposed to line up with the buildings, like they would in real life. But I'll have these be symmetrical because they're not in near any buildings. So I'll get back to you when I finish all of these buildings. Alright, just finished all the street lights, and yeah, although it's raining, it does look pretty nice. And it gives us a good view of what the street lights look when they are on in the day. So that's always awesome. But yeah, I'm just swooping in here, just taking a look, and the city's really come together. I really like how it's turned out, and we have a couple more things we need to do after this. I think one of them is getting rid of the chests, including the one in the street. So we'll get rid of the chests after I sleep. Alright, I have slept now, and I've cleaned up the street entirely. I've moved all the chests out of the way, but then I also have been working on the museum, where I have different things from stages in the server, but I spent a good 5 hours looking for this block right here. So while looking for this block, I didn't want to use any cheats, so I just looked up what biome they spawned in, right? So I went over to this biome over here, which is the Stony Hills, and they spawned in the Stony Hills, right? So I went down into the mines down here, and I spent a very long time mining all this out. Mind you, this was with no beacon, because I thought, oh, I'd be in and out fairly fast. That didn't happen. This is 100 by 50 blocks, and then I started mining down in strips. This is some of the materials. Turns out I was in the completely wrong biome, because Deep Slate Emerald for some reason doesn't spawn in the Deep Dark biome, nor do they spawn in the what do you call it, caves? The stalactite caves? Dripstone caves, that's what it is. So that's what I've been doing for this 5-hour Minecraft session. So that was not a particularly fun thing to do, but I did do it. And it does look nice, but the next thing is I need to get more cars. I have that one fire truck I just showed you and nothing else, so I'm going to get some more in. Alright, so I'm starting at a place that none of you guys know. This is pretty near world spawn that stone pillar on the left. That is closer to where you actually do spawn, but we made this flat area our world spawn. This wasn't done by me. This was done by Hero Lemming. So I'm just going to take you on a world tour because I did the cars. And I'll show you guys, of course, what the cars look like. I just need to head through the tunnel and I'll show you guys what it's like. Now, this is a fairly long tunnel because it's going through the mountain into the valley, but we'll get out. So this area is not done by me. This is done by Hero Lemming, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. But I'm going to just, if I had my fireworks on instead of my goat horn, I'm gonna just fly over, show you guys my first house. I lived in this thing for all of about 20 minutes. So there's not much to show for it. I'll just go down this ladder. I didn't even use the villagers in this igloo. I went down and started mining in this little corner over here. So I have a little bit of cobblestone I got from right there. I emptied the chest. I didn't even take the the weakness potion out of the brewing stand. But yeah, that is my first house, and somehow is my first house, but there's not much to it. Moving on over to my actual place. My second house is up on top of the hill. So we'll go there now. I did have like a actual second house, but I didn't live in it much. I guess I didn't really live in any of these houses much. I just built. So this was the house on top of the hill. It's a really nice spot. There's not much in it because I just moved on to the next project, which was getting my villagers all set up. But it does have a nice view of the city and the entire valley. There is also a tree in the way, but you get the picture. So you guys do see the cars, and they do look amazing, but I'm gonna go to where it started, down into the villager house. So we'll head back to the grocery section later, which the building above is a grocery store, but I did do this is a villager trading hall, a couple of farms in this room, manual mushroom farm in that room to get some mushrooms. And heading over here, we have a bunch of villagers. There's about 24, and iron golems were spawning, so I just made a makeshift iron farm. If you don't think it's been spawning much, just that much iron, you're completely incorrect. If I head over here and get into my ender chest, I'll get my iron box out, and yeah, that's also all my iron. Not to mention what I've traded with the villagers. Over here I have a secret pet room, a bunch of pets, and then obviously my farm, which I'm walking all over. We'll head upstairs, which we won't stay in this building, but we'll head out. And we'll head over to the first building I built, and the last building I finished, which is the museum. This was slightly inspired by a Lego set, which was the Lego Museum, which just came out when I built it. So we have a bunch of early game items. That's an interesting book if you want to take a peek. This was stuff we got while fighting the Wither. Just random. That was the Great Tater conflict, so I put some stuff there. Obviously we got Orwell, which that emerald, never try and get. Rarities, I got the milk and the invis from a watering trader, and that was double tall grass. Some random mischief with the carrot shop on wheels. This is the map of the valley, which I need to update for my cars. So we'll do that really quickly. It is rather impressive what I did in just this section of the valley, and I think it looks pretty good. Alright, so that's just a little quick look at the map, but we'll head up to here. This was the Great Chicken Massacre. Enough said, I did have a chicken farm in my base, and a bunch of chickens did die. I need to move that granary box back, but this is just some stuff from the Great Chicken Massacre. We have some pots on the shelf on the left, and then stuff from our dragon fight. That's about it in the museum, just some random stuff from this server alone. Moving on, I built the smoke shop. In here was a very sad attempt at selling food. I made, I think, 1 diamond off this entire shop. Head up here, this is my bedroom. As you can tell, I can't even sleep right now. But we'll head on to the next building. Moving on, the next building is a hotel. We have a nice reception area with some storage in the back. You can greet your customers right there, and then a fancy elevator. So we'll get off at each story. This is basically what the rooms look like. They were pretty basic, just needed an armor stand, a double chest, a bed, crafting table, and furnace. Some of them have balconies, and then we'll head up to the penthouse, which is a big suite, has a double bed instead, and then you get a nice look over the city. Moving on, let's check outside first. We have a nice sitting area over here, but we'll head back downstairs. The way I didn't take fall damage there is I put powdered snow underneath the carpet. So powdered snow negates all fall damage. On this little quadrant of the hotel, this is a nice little kitchen. And then outside is a dining area with some decent texturing. It's just all over the place trying to get that nice coloring. If I were to redo that texturing over there, I would certainly redo it because I'd have a better method of actually doing it. Over here, this entire hill is completely hollow. Yeah, I didn't really feel like filling it in because I had to mine it out. And here's a cave about the chicken massacre that I mentioned previously, just behind the waterfall. It's a nice little park in the corner of the city. And then we have a pet store where we have a cat. His name's Jelly, after the cat is made after. Then we have an upstairs section of bones and fish. We have cod and salmon. And then we head back downstairs and out. This building was dedicated to the passing of Jelly, the cat. And here is a fire truck and a fire station at that. This fire truck was very fun to build and kind of interesting to build. Then we have like a little nice desk area, coffee brewing station, an oven for the firefighters, and then a nice sleeping quarters for the firefighters with even a fireman pole in the corner. And I still can't even sleep. Still, again, the same powdered snow trick. Now, the next shop wasn't mine. That was someone else's. It's a fireworks shop. And then we'll head over to the left side of this street. And on here, we'll head over to the police station. So first, we have the first floor, which is like the reception area, and this is where we keep the prisoners. So if I take the key here, and I'll put just a random item, we'll say, let's do a spider eye. We toss a spider eye in there, the door won't open. But if I have the renamed iron nugget, it will open. So it will only open if I have that iron nugget renamed to that exact characters. So then up the stairs, we have our little photography room for getting mugshots. Press the button and it flashes. And then we have a nice painting on the wall and some desks. This building was also modeled after a Lego set, the police station, which I also built previously at the time of building this. Alright, my recording ended, but that was the bathroom, and in here is the evidence room. So just a nice small little room at the top. Alright, moving on to the building I started with on the YouTube series, which is an interesting spot to start a YouTube series. I wasn't even like, I already had stuff down, but this building, of course, I loved. I stocked it and everything with freezers and whatnot, produce at the bottom, and reception area over here. And then we went on to a Lego store with a bunch of Lego boxes, built a minifig there, a model ship over there, more inventory, and a desk up there. Then I didn't finish recording this. I finished recording it, but I also didn't think the video was entertaining, so I just scrapped it. This was Tag Royale, a nice little arena where you can fight your friends to the death, and I had wooden swords in that chest over there. Alright, so moving on to the last part, we have the town hall. This was inspired by a previous build on a different server. We have a bunch of different other server callbacks and whatnot. And heading up here, we have an enchanter and a brewing station. So we just head back down my little cheaty way. Out back, we do have a beautiful pond with a decorated and textured area and a bunch of trees on my right. Those trees took very long to build. This one, you went down into mines, now someone else's base, and you can look up and see the branches in the larger trees. And yeah, so just giving you an aerial view of these custom trees. On the left side of those trees, they were not custom. But over here, I did do a nice bridge up, and this pathway led to my house up there. Then we had a nice little pond right there with a waterfall on the left. And I didn't explain the texturing, but the gray wool is lighter than stone, so from far away it'll give you a lighter visual, and the tuff is darker. And then the buttons give a decent transition like those. They don't do anything. They're just simply meant for a better transition from mossy cobblestone to moss. Again, not too much texturing, but enough to make it look really nice. But yeah, that's about it. Then I have, flowers and whatnot. But then we have also the street lights, which I just added. But we also had cars. Alright, so these cars were... I got some inspiration off of the internet, but I did build some of these on my own. This one especially I took inspiration on. I did put a license plate on it. I think it was Vroom Vroom. Nice headlights and whatnot. You can only enter into the van. This is a police car. It's Popo 6 with lights on the top. This center area I added so you can drive around with custom cherry blossom trees. The bottom is a nether brick fence, or nether brick wall, sorry, and then a dark oak fence. Then we have a blue truck there, and this is supposed to be an SUV here. So this is about it for this world, guys. Sad to say it, but I've done mostly everything I wanted to. So I think there's just one more thing I need to do. I need to take off my wings and bring them up to the museum, where they're going to finally rest in the dragon egg display area. Then I'm going to head downstairs and over to the town hall. This is kind of bittersweet. I put a lot of time into this this town hall and this entire world, actually. I really loved playing on it, and this is probably some of my best work that I have done. So I'm gonna put my armor on the armor stand. Some of my friends are gonna do the same on the other two. So I have my armor, and then my sword, which I've always named Biscuits and Gravy, if anyone is wondering. And then all my other tools, and then I'll add my shears, and let's put some rockets in there too. Yeah, I think that's it. But, that's the final thing I needed to do for this. So, yeah. I want to thank you guys so much for watching and going through this world and the end of it for me. But I have a new world picked out, and I'll see you guys in that world. Bye!